Market, we won. We, the people, won this battle. Total victory lap today. The House is set to vote on a new bill, like just after this show, that's reportedly only like 100 pages or something. They cut a ton of the pork out of it. You at home, folks, you guys stood up and said, no, we're not doing this. This is what we voted for last month. Do not pass this bill, and we killed it. We did this. Doge is a movement as much as it is an official department. Doge is all of us. And because of that pressure, our representatives, a key part of that word, represent, they went home and they said, we better knock this off or we're going to get primaried. And they went back to the drawing board and got something better done. I haven't read it yet. I hope the representatives read it. They're probably peeling through it right now. But a lot of them, behind the scenes, though, are very upset, apparently, about us having a voice.
In an elevator with some Republican members who are fuming about the fact that Musk is inserting himself into this conversation, and that the threats over Twitter, X, the threats over X, to primary them, to come after them, so privately at least they've had it. They've had it with people like Musk who think that they have the right to insert themselves into a process of elected officials.
Oh, they've had it with a citizen inserting himself into the legislative process. Why is that? Oh, because he highlighted the trash you were trying to jam into this bill? He called you out. They called you out for breaking campaign promises. You were breaking those promises and then threatened to fund a primary to throw you out for that? That's why you're mad? This is why I said weeks ago, I don't think a single elected official should be on the Doge. What are they really mad about? What are they actually mad about? And why have they had it with Elon? Is it because he built a technology that allows us to load a bill into the Twitter or X AI that catches all this stuff? Yeah, yesterday was the trial run, guys. It's the beginning. This new bill, and I sure hope we're going to get a chance to read through it, but probably not in the next 45 minutes. I hope Republicans read it before they vote on it. But look, Republicans, some of you I'm friends with, okay? I've been talking to you throughout the day. But I really don't care if you have the sads from me going off on you yesterday. I don't know if you didn't get the memo from November, but we don't want this anymore. And you're mad at Elon? Why? Because he gave us a voice? We're your boss, Congress. You work for us. You're mad because we, the people, through transparency and a social platform, called you out and caught you trying to fleece us. Yeah, you should be mad about that. You should fix it. I don't know how much clearer November could have been, but Congress better get used to this. Guys, you do not deserve your seat, okay? It's not like you're not entitled to it. You do deserve to hear from us on every single issue. And now that we have a voice, thanks to Elon, you better listen to it. Otherwise, yesterday is going to be every single day for you. And whining about getting primaried, cry harder. Because they're coming. Because if you're not representing the people who put you there, you're gone. And Mike Johnson, who honestly, forget about the speakership, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if he loses his seat entirely over this. This guy made every media round telling us one thing or another and doing something else.
Well, this is about the only thing we can do. And let me explain what's happening here. I don't disagree with anything that my friends there just said because I'm a fiscal conservative as well.
You know what real fiscal conservatives don't go around doing? Saying that they're fiscal conservatives because they don't have to. Rand Paul is like the biggest budget hawk in the government. I don't think that guy has ever said that. Everybody knows he is. Why? Because of how he votes. Okay? I have been on the phone with tons of congressmen, and there's a real consensus, too, that they've lost faith in Mike Johnson. And it's possible he doesn't survive this. He almost certainly won't get reelected as Speaker on January 3rd. It still only takes one person to vacate the Speaker. Maybe it's time to get that out of the way so we can just get rolling in the new Congress. And then we don't have to have this battle then. I'm just saying. Look, I'm going to say this louder for the congressmen who might be hard of hearing or haven't heard us yet to this point. Take a good look at what happened yesterday on this bill. Look at what you were forced to trim down to it today, because attention like this is coming to everything you do now. You are under a microscope. We're not going to forget about this vote next year. You're not in charge anymore. We are. Elon is arguably the second most powerful person in the world right now behind Donald Trump through just simple transparency. And what's funny, Rand Paul tweeted out an interesting idea about it. The Speaker of the House need not be a member of Congress. Nothing would disrupt the swamp more than electing Elon Musk. I literally died laughing when I saw it. Could you imagine that? Like, he's not going to take this, okay? But I bet it made a lot of Republicans really nervous that he could. I bet there would be a lot more transparency, especially maybe on that $20 million sexual misconduct slush fund that Congress keeps so secret. I would FOIA it, but Congress exempted themselves from FOIAs by tucking that away in another one of these fat bills. Weird, right? If you had any reservations about yesterday and that bill being bad, here's the best litmus test. And you apply it to yesterday, today, anything. Where do Democrats stand on it?
We reached a bipartisan agreement to provide disaster assistance to everyday Americans whose lives have been upended and turned upside down.
Yeah, that was Hakeem Jeffries trying to get people to vote for yesterday's bill. And today's bill, Democrats are coming out against it. So reflexive, like anything the Democrats are for, Republicans should be against, and vice versa when it comes to spending. This new bill has disaster relief in it, and it's only like 100 and something pages. I mean, see, was that so hard? It took out all the other crap. But you know what I want? I just want to apologize because I should have caught this yesterday, folks, honestly. And I didn't catch it until I played it over in my head in the segment after the segment. There was a lot of Republicans prepared to vote for this bill yesterday. And Congressman Alford, we had him on, and he gave a very sneaky justification that, I honestly blew right by it. But I saw a bunch of other congressmen echo.
And I will disagree with you one thing respectfully, Carl. I know we get back pay after a government shutdown. Yeah. But that would mean that my 80,000 constituents at Fort Leonard Wood right now would have to go without Christmas. That would mean that several thousand at Whiteman Air Force Base would not be able to buy Christmas presents for their children.
Wrong. That was a lie. Okay, I was in the military. I apologize for not catching it in the real time. But the military gets paid on the 1st and the 15th. Given today is the 19th, and yesterday when that interview happened was the 18th, the military was already paid through Christmas. And given they operate 2 weeks behind, and I checked this today, they would have gotten a paycheck on January 1st too. But these are like the slimy tactics. And I'm sorry for not catching this again, folks. He gave himself this out, and that's why he was going to actually vote for this bill. It's politicians, man. Just shut it down. If they don't have enough votes to pass this tonight, that's not a bad thing. Yes, a bunch of government bureaucrats would sit at home and get back pay, but at least they're not spending any more money. At least we're not authorizing hundreds of billions of dollars to extra junk all over the place, including foreign aid. If some non-essential bureaucrats get paid vacation until January 20th, I don't really care if that means we get to start a clean slate on January 20th. A shutdown could be a good thing. Who cares what Hakeem Jeffries says? His team lost. We got to stop talking about this like it's bad. Some Republicans are thinking, oh, it's historically we get blamed for this stuff. Like, well, you want to know why you guys get blamed for this stuff? Because Republicans do the exact stunts they tried yesterday. Put out a clean bill, like an actual, balanced budget, forward it up to the House floor, vote on it, and don't even talk to the Democrats. I know they're in the Senate. Just ram it through like they did Obamacare. Read it first, but it should be easy, right? Make it only a few pages, right, Congress? Right? A couple pages? You do that, let the Dems flop around in the Senate, let them cry about it or not pass it. They own 2/3 of the government. They'll get blamed. The mandate we gave, which I think some people at least heard today on Capitol Hill, is not to do things the way they've always been done. Johnson didn't seem to get that memo until like an hour ago. So maybe he's got to go. I don't know. And then we'll try someone else. And then we'll try someone else. And then we'll try another person. And we'll try again until we get a guy or a gal who actually does what they say they're going to do. This whole thing called like honesty. That's it. It's lost in D.C. The mandate was to have the new Republican Congress prep a bunch of bills, vote on them, get them over to the new Senate, so they're sitting on Trump's desk the day he walks into the White House and we can start fixing this dumpster fire. Because I don't want to be dinking around with this, with fake fiscal conservative nonsense for Trump's first 100 days. We got to get this fixed now.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.